Recording in progress.
Praise God in this holy place. Every nation, every race, come make joyful music to the Lord. Sound the trumpets, sound it clear, sound it for the world to hear. Come make joyful music to the Lord. Everything that breathes now praise. Sing your songs like joyful raise. Come make joyful music to the Lord. Let the cymbals play the lute, let the timbrel play the flute. Come make joyful music to the Lord.
Good morning, and welcome to this beautiful first Sunday of September. We certainly are getting a break from the hot weather, so enjoy it and enjoy being together. And welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We're delighted that you can join us this morning. And that was the beautiful sounds of Elizabeth Nauer. This is our first Sunday, so our guest meditation speaker will be Dr. Kathy Milano. And why don't we just come present, close our eyes, and repeat after me. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and healing. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace. And so it is. Just breathe that in. We're so delighted for you to join us this morning. We have practitioners all around the room that will be holding the high watch. What that means is they know the truth. And you're certainly welcome to come here. Just allow your heart to just stream the love that is your truth and be present with these beautiful people. We have, as our pastoral support, Regina DeBarberi. And what she'll be doing is putting things in the chat box, like our affirmations and different things during the service. Our third practitioner who holds the consciousness for this service is our practitioner, Felicia Carsons. And we have our second practitioner, Lynn Snyder, who's also holding the consciousness for this service. And Reverend Marlene Bolper will do second practitioner for the week, which means she'll do all the prayer requests and put them, all that come in during the week, and distribute them out to the practitioners so the prayers will continue. And it is truly my honor to introduce our first practitioner. I'm always delighted when our beloved Reverend Dr. Carol Lawson can join us. So with no further ado, Dr. Reverend Carol Lawson.
Good morning, everybody. As we come together in this
particular energy, this particular beautiful field of consciousness that we call the Center for Conscious Living, I invite you to just take this breath and, as Michael said, become present in this moment as we drop into our hearts. As we notice our breath and as we deepen into this one heart, this heart of God, this one life, this one love, one peace, one power, one presence, this limitless love, this divine love intelligence, this peace beyond all our human understanding. And so we turn within to this consciousness, this awareness, this love, knowing that this is the animating force, this is a life that flows through each one of us as it flows through the Center for Conscious Living. And so as I speak this word, I speak it for the Center for Conscious Living and for this service this morning, for each and every one that is a part of this service or listening later. All of us uplifted, supported, filled with this energy that has created galaxies, that is peace itself, that is love. We give thanks for this time together. We give thanks for this field of consciousness that is this CCL as we join together. We give thanks for this day and for all that is. So it is. Amen.
Amen. Elizabeth?
Join together as we sing Day by Day.
That was the beautiful music of Elizabeth Nauer. It just speaks to my heart always. And we're so grateful for her to be a part of the Center for Conscious Living and actually be one of our practitioners. So thank you, Elizabeth. It's my joy once again to invite up Reverend Dr. Carol Lawson for today's reading and our affirmation, which will be in the chat box.
So our reading is from 365 Science of Mind. My books are packed, so thank you, Reverend Al, Reverend Christina, for coming up with a book for me. And as I opened it to the perfect reading, it is this. It's on page 89, if that's something that you follow, and it's called Omnipresence. The universe is a spiritual system of complete consciousness, entire wholeness, the sum total of which is present everywhere. We are both scientifically and inspirationally, spiritually and psychologically in accord with the great intuitions, the spiritual revelations of all ages that have always announced that God is over all, in all, through all, and is all. There is not God and something else. There is only God. And God is in everything, constituting the only reality to anything that is, proclaiming itself as all things. Therefore, God knows things only as itself. There is an intelligence in everything, from the smallest atom to whatever we think of as big. And that intelligence must of necessity respond to us intelligently. Then automatically, we will have to assume that it can only respond to us at the level of our belief in it, knowledge of, feeling about, acceptance, and embodiment of, and identification with it. In other words, God is all there is, but to each of us individually, the God that is all there is must be the God believed in. Since there is but one life present everywhere, I must be that life, in that life and of it, and it must flow through me. It must be what I am. Therefore, I accept this omnipresence as something real, definite, immediate. At the very center of my own being, I realize the divine presence. At the center of my own consciousness, I recognize a transcendent principle forever animating, sustaining, vitalizing, recreating, guiding, directing, inspiring. There is within me that which knows what to do and impels me to act in accord with its perfect law and order and its complete peace. This I accept. And even as I affirm it, I know that this omnipresence is alive and awake and aware within me. And if you'll speak with me the affirmation that you will find in your chat. I am the radiant I am. All of life aligns in loving support of my well-being, for my life is the activity of God.
That was beautiful reading, Reverend Carol, our founding minister. I'm so delighted when you join us. I have an opportunity here now to introduce someone that has blessed us in so many ways. She's the proprietor of Soul Sanctuary, which just is such a beautiful place. So you walk into Soul Sanctuary and just the energy uplifts you. And today we are blessed to have a guided meditation by Dr. Kathy Milano. Just allow yourself to be in this meditation. The richness and the fullness, where she guides us, is so blessed. There are so many angels and graces that are upon us right here and right now. So just allow yourself to come into communion with this beautiful guiding light. So it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce Dr. Kathy Milano.
Thank you, Michael. Hello, everyone. Grateful to be here. We're already dropped into a beautiful field of presence, and I'll invite you to close your eyes, and as you breathe, Every exhale, bring your attention down to your belly and then down deeper. And let's really anchor in and contribute to the security and the beauty as we listen to what the wisdom wants to tell us. And on this day, this most holy day, we share in the breath of life, breathing in the oxygen that graces your vessel of divine light, so that this light may radiate through every cell, every organ and bone, every pathway. And when you have breathed in your fill of light, the natural movement is to release it as a gift back to itself. Life giving back to life. Light releasing itself to light. This is the natural action of receiving and giving that is the bedrock of human existence on the planet. For without the breath shared in both directions, this ecosystem of wholeness, of light supporting itself, would not exist. And this ecosystem of wholeness, the vessel of light that you are in a human body, would not exist. On this most holy day, may you enjoy this breath, receiving fully the wonder and privilege of representing the light as a vessel of the divine. And let your praise be your out-breath, recognizing that not only does it scatter the light through the garden of the mother, but it releases all the tension that is held within this small human vessel. Every out-breath has the potential to mulch the garden of the mother, who takes the tension of mind and emotion, of physicality and energy, and uses it to transform into the power of light once again, to cleanse the system. This is the natural way of breath and movement of light, and this is the natural movement of life itself. And if you listen, as you breathe in, you may hear life saying, I am with you. And you are aware then more fully of the truth of your essence. Life is with you. And as you exhale, giving this light freely, for there is more that you will receive, letting go the tension, inviting the muscles to spread out, the cells to detoxify, the energy to release that keeps it from purity. What is it that you are saying to this planet of light? I am with you. This is the natural movement of light. This is the wholeness, this intelligence of life. It is with itself in plenitude, in purity. It is generous and accepting. It does not matter if you believe in it or not, if you praise it or curse it. This life-giving oxygen and the light that is carried in is given to all human vessels, all living presence within this ecosystem, freely and equally. How aware are you that you may breathe your full of this light and plenitude? That you may give it all away without concern that more will come to you. How aware are you of this simple, repetitive action, life's great gift, intelligent in how it comes in, what it brings, what it awakens within, and what it takes from you. Only to offer that without concern whether it is pure or dirty, out once again. And yet look beyond your vessel, this human mind, emotions, life that forgets this wonder, that drops into a scarcity and a separateness and a concern and an anxiety held at every level of your being. Forgets that it need only breathe freely, for the light and the intelligence of life will direct that breath outward, just as it will direct every thought and action, every movement. This is the dance of harmony that has at its core the idea of benefit for all aspects of itself. This is the intelligence that may be translated with ease, dropping into the vessel as it breathes, noticing how it wants to move, letting go all of the thoughts of the training of society and the conditioning of the mind. Simply breathing until the body moves, until the request comes, until the idea pulses within that moves you forward to serve another, create something, or participate in some type of work or play. It is this magnificently complex system that is simple once you drop into this breath, the plenitude and the generosity, recognizing that life is movement and it moves itself. There is evidence that most humans do not live in accordance with this dance of light and breath. For the mind is busy and the heart is heavy. The anxieties are great and the body is racked with tension. There is one great service that you can offer the one great body, and it is to cultivate this pure relationship with the wonder of the breath, the oxygen, the light that comes and goes. To cultivate the relationship with the plenitude and purity and participation with the movement of life. Herein is a trust that emerges not through decision or intention. It is a trust that emerges through experience. To discover that it is truly safe to let go decision, let go action, let go plans and calendar, let go obligation, and to sit and to breathe deeply, not simply as a meditative process in the morning or evening, but throughout the day and at any indication of tension. To move and breathe through the day, aware of the plenitude of light offered. Receiving it fully, letting it activate and awaken the cells and particles and waves of the being that is divine, that is you. And giving it freely. One breath does not interrupt feeding the children, working, driving, doing errands, praying, gardening, dancing. One conscious breath in praise and wonder to the wholeness of life may be practiced in any moment. In the midst of lovemaking or in the midst of an argument, internal or between others. One breath, received fully, consciously, given fully, consciously, is entirely a doable practice. One breath, complete and whole, a life within itself, the birth and the death of the breath, the completeness of the cycle, the wholeness of the circle. Imagine the web of the cosmos breathes everything into you in that breath, brightening, birthing the divinity of that moment. And at the peak of the breath, it has lived its fullness and then releases back out into the cosmic web, birthing the enormity of the movement. One breath. Until one breath becomes two, separated by hours, but brought into awareness by either the tension or a remembrance that it is a wonder to participate in the cycle of life through the breath. And then a third aware breath, a fourth aware breath, sometimes linked and sometimes separated by seconds, minutes, hours, days. And yet at any time, the one breath wishes to be full and complete in awareness. It is available. And then there's the recognition that there is nothing missing right here. It is not a prayer for plenitude. Plenitude is breathing itself. It is not the intent to live the potential. The potential is brightening itself. Here in this trustworthy breath, this exchange of wonder, well, this is a birthplace of trust. Trust in this great cosmic intelligence. Perhaps in that breath and in a moment of trust, you are allowed to lay down your idea of how to live or how to make life work or how to improve yourself or serve this God of wonder and light. Perhaps in this fullness of the breath received and given, found and lost, you have a glimpse of the trustworthiness within your own grid of light. And it no longer becomes your small capacity to translate divine will or to move in accordance with your purpose. It is a recognition that the gift of life is always offered. That the ecosystems support one another. That life itself is trustworthy. It is not a choice to participate, for participation is already occurring. But one breath and what is discovered in the depth of this experience may awaken a desire to become more aware of how to live these moments of breath. Again, not through intent or the conditioned idea, but through what moves and lives and comes from this web of light that you are. And there is a question that arises within the plenitude, within the connectivity of this one intelligent presence, being, body, mechanism. Why is it at war within itself? Beginning with the smaller version of the divine vessel. Why are you at war with yourself? When there is such wonder of light and life-giving oxygen, that you yourself are the system that translates light and participates in life in all ways. The roots of the trees, the stars in the sky, the birds that fly around the world, the fish that swim in the sea. These are parts of your moving body. And yet your awareness is small and focused upon your own mentation. Where are you at war with yourself? And may you simply notice that as you breathe. Noticing, not attempting to rectify or create a solution. Bringing to awareness where you are at war with your own being. Recognizing the innocence of this and yet the perpetuation of this internal war. War births itself from a perceived need to defend. Vessels of light raised as humans from the time that they were small, lost the awareness of one breath and the cycle of wonder, and interpreted a need to defend, thus creating war within the small vessels, which became more complicated as the vessels grew into larger humans. The one breath is a beautiful environment in which to raise a question repeatedly. This is the question that is posed. There is no technique other than noticing. For the intelligence of the light that is within and beyond you, that you are connected to the great intelligence, will reveal information. It will allow the discharge of stored energy, thought, emotion, tension in the body, all of the toxins of defense, the weapons of the war. Insight naturally follows intelligent movement. Right action, righteousness naturally follows. It is the way of life. There's nothing for you to do. Life itself, when the awareness of breath is here and the question is raised, is the doer. And you may notice that you begin to participate in an intelligent movement, softening the decades of war held within your own psyche, your body, your energy. Deep breath. Beautiful exhale, plenitude, the generous movement of life. And why is this so important now? This question, then now, could be asked at any moment in human history, in human evolution. It is no more important now, with warring factions, with global warming, with division between people, than it was in decades past, in centuries past. It is important now, the timeless, eternal, holy moment. For life is freedom. This generous plenitude wants itself to be free. Before bridging to another question, which is, why am I at war with another? Stranger, friend, family, close or far? Why am I in judgment of another? Why am I divided? Why am I at war with members of my family, with cells of my own holy body? I'll first tend to the vessel that life moves as you. Tend to the internal war and the defenses that were created innocently. When there is no war within, there is no war between. And when there is no war between, there will be no war within the one holy body. It is easy to have this experience in this moment, in this community, aware and present, surrounded by love. And then to go out into the day and be busy and forget. You are invited, for the sake of peace in your own holy kingdom and queendom, to remember what is being offered, an awareness of the cycle of light, the plenitude of love moving in all directions, that is existing as your very holy self. You are to remember the invitation for the simple yet powerful practice of one breath, aware, adding 2 breaths, 3 breaths, 4 breaths, and even if separated by days or weeks, the remembrance with a one holy cycle of breath of what is given fully, received, brightened, and then released to give fully, so it may be received, so it may brighten the other aspect of your being. You're asked to remember this and to use this holy breath to ask the question, to notice what occurs, to attempt no solution, and to come into relationship with the question with curiosity. The breath itself, the movement of light and the energy of life, is itself trustworthy. This may be a discovery rather than a decision to trust life, rather than an intent to be trustworthy. Trustworthiness, generosity, plenitude, a fullness of receiving and giving is already present. There is a stillness in this moment. as a gift to this community. Bring your full awareness to these next breaths.
Knowing here and now as the presence of the Almighty that lives and breathes each one of us present in our grace and our glory. Knowing that there is profound blessings of peace, of healing, as each heart is awakening to their truth, that God is love. And if God is love, then therefore I am love, fully, freely, and completely, the love of the Almighty. With a grateful heart, I bless this time together. I bless the grace of the divine awakening in, throughout, and about every cell of my being, knowing it is life. It is grace. I live, breathe, move in peace, in love, and I joyfully give thanks and praise. And in that gratitude for the ability to come together and shine our light, a healing takes place, a healing energy for each one of us that is multiplied by the presence of our own divinity. And we give thanks and praise, and together we affirm it by saying, and so it is. And we're going to move right into the oneness blessing. The oneness blessing is a transfer of divine intelligent energy leading to a natural, lasting state of oneness, inner peace, and well-being. And our oneness blessers will be raising their hands and sending out this energy. But as this music goes on and you're moved, please raise your hand and send your heart light out as well. So the ones
Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namah Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namah Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namah.
now Regina D. Barry will be doing the blessing of our offering.
Thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive.
In the chat box, there's opportunities for you to donate to the Center for Conscious Living, for this spiritual community, for our programming, for our streaming, for all that we do together. And we truly thank you for your gifts, your presence. I'm going to go right on to new visitor blessing. So if you're joining us for the first time, we are truly thankful and we welcome you back to join us week after week. And this is for everyone to raise their hand and say together, welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We're a heart-centered spiritual community. We open ourselves to you in love. We recognize the perfection of God within you. We celebrate the joyous being that you are. You are a radiant point of light, and we are blessed by your presence. Welcome home. And we have another blessing because it seems that today is full with blessings. And that's our mastermind covenant. So I will give you your responses, knowing there is a power, intelligence, and wisdom greater than my own, and knowing it is responsive to my every thought, word, action, and feeling. Say aloud, I acknowledge. Surrendering to the power of the mastermind consciousness and knowing I am guided and assisted past any unlimited perception to God's truth within me. Now say, I surrender. Knowing forgiveness is the key to change. I now forgive myself and others for all mistakes, judgments, and I open the door to unconditional love by saying, I forgive. Realizing my life is the creation of my own thought, I now choose to fill my mind with thoughts that are positive, loving, and beautiful. And I allow my life to reflect that choice by saying, I choose. Holding the consciousness for the Center for Conscious Living, we now thank God for the continual prosperity of this spiritual community and for everyone. For myself, I now go within to the silence of my own mind as I ask for my own specific requests, knowing the universe always says yes. Please repeat after me. I accept. With a thankful heart and knowing that all I asked in the name of the mastermind is now given to me, I say, thank you, God. And you can repeat this after me as well. The love of God enfolds me. The mind of God inspires me. The Spirit of God enlightens me. The power of God encircles me. I am in God and all is well. For I am enthusiastic, excited, expectant, and at peace. And you can look right into that Zoom camera and say, I am grateful God has heard you. Yay. It's one of my favorite parts. I love that. So I have announcements. We have the wonderful Brooke Still joining us to do our service on this month on the 19th, 2 more Sundays from now. And she'll be our guest speaker. And she'll also be doing a workshop in the afternoon. And it's titled Awakening to Joyous Living. Now, Brooke is a beautiful shaman and just wonderful healing energy. And every time I worked with her, I felt uplifted. And I always went away with stuff to continue to work with that energy. So this is a beautiful opportunity for our community to participate in this workshop. You can go on to our website to register, our wonderful, beautiful website. And please join us in this workshop. Please join us for the day. It is magnificent working with Brooke Still. We have class coming up, Foundations class, taught by our very own Reverend Paul and assistant. We're hoping that it'll be in person. And I think the plans are that it will be in person. It'll be on Wednesday starting 9/22. So that's a little over 2 weeks from now. Foundations is knowing our universal principles. And it's really, we're taught how to do spiritual mind treatment. But basically, it's religious science, what you want to know about religious science. And there's so many healing opportunities during this class. To me, it was one of the most magnificent classes I've ever participated in. And it was taught by Reverend Carol, Reverend Al, and Miriam assisted. And I remember every part of it. It was dynamic. It was magnificent. The processes were so awakening and empowering and enriching to my life. And it started me on a journey. And now I am a minister with the Center for Conscious Living. So this is a class to register for. This is a class to participate. And this is even a class to audit. I assisted twice in it myself because it was so dynamic. And I absolutely refer to the teachings from that class and many of the processes. So thank you. We have John Monday joining us on 10/17. He's going to zoom in, the Course in Miracles. I look forward to him saying this is my 20th or 21st year in a row of joining the Center for Conscious Living. He's just a light, being in his energy and hearing his words and just feeling loved by him, because he just streams love to everybody. And he's so beautiful in the way he shares about the Course of Miracles and his message. So come join us. We have another guest speaker. One of our own reverends is Cassandra Butler. So Reverend Cassandra Butler will be doing the service talk on 10/31. So that's exciting as well. And she said it's Halloween, but she promises it won't be scary. So I trust, because she has such a beautiful consciousness. So I mentioned our website, and we have a fundraiser, which is called Flower Power, where you can order bulbs to be delivered to your home or to someone else. It's 50% of the profits go to the Center for Conscious Living. And this will help pay for when we're meet in person again, to our streaming equipment, to so many things. So treat yourself to some bulbs, to some new plants. And then this spring, when they bloom and everything, you'll know what a gift it was. We have, if Aji is here, I'd love for her to talk about the virtual village walk for Love Orphanage. And if she's not, I'll continue to talk about it. This is a fundraiser for Love Orphanage. And it's on October 2nd. And you can really walk at any location of your choice. And know that the proceeds and all the money for Love Orphanage is 100% given to Love Orphanage. Everybody knows that Haiti had another hurricane and earthquake, and there's so many, the needs of these children, which we're just been blessed to be able to give to this beautiful Love Orphanage, and for the wonderful practitioner Aji, who just is the president of this and just goes down there and just help the lives of these children that were orphans in the street. And we can just all just feel grace that we could be a part of supporting this. So October 2nd, it's certainly on our website. It's on our weekly mailing that comes out. And you get to walk wherever you want, and exercise is beautiful. And it's the most beautiful time of the year, in my opinion. But it is a beautiful time of the year. So be a part of this virtual village walk for Love Orphanage. It's October 2nd. And all the information for donations and walks is in the website. We have the men's group coming up on the third Monday. We have the women's group who are meeting in Ocean City on 9/25. So that's exciting. They're taking it on the road, and I love that. I'm going to have to pressure the men's group to do something so exciting. We have the Course in Miracles by our own Reverend Ken Davies, which is on the second and fourth Monday of each month. And he's a wonderful Reverend in his Course in Miracles, and it's beautiful to join. And if you're interested, you can go ahead and join him. I am to announce that on 10:10, we have our guest speaker will be Reverend Catherine. She'll be joining us, so everybody will get an opportunity to hear Reverend Catherine's service. She's applying for this senior minister position, so tune in. Hear Catherine Reverend. Do we have any other announcements? Yes, we have Regina DeBarry.
Good morning. Thank you, Reverend Michael. I just want to remind everyone that after service next Sunday is our annual meeting. The Stewardship Council will presenting. We have an agenda to present to you, to the members of the congregation, touching on some of the financial information. We have a minister's report to do, something from the Education Committee. So we look forward to you. Just stay on the phone, stay on Zoom after service, and we look forward to seeing all you and having this discussion. So thanks so much. Thank you, Reverend Michael.
And thank you, Regina. And thank you, Dr. Kathy Milano. And thank you, Reverend Carol, for this beautiful service and this beautiful time together. We get to come together as a spiritual community. And I know when that happens, I know that healing is taking place. I know that our hearts can be uplifted and we can rejoice and just enjoy this day, knowing we're here for one another. So thank you for joining us. And we have Elizabeth.
Yeah, so I'm going to go back and do the offering. Our Jewish holiday is coming up of the new year, and it's a celebration of these high holy days that starts with Rosh Hashanah, and it says 10 days of the birthday of the universe, and this is the renewal of everything. And so in honor of that, I wanted to do a little bit of the Hebrew singing that happens in synagogues, and to join us into that circle. So as we celebrate, starting with El Shaddai, which means mighty, it's another name for God. And all these things are celebrating the blessings and the power of that name that is. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Adonai, age to age is still the same, by the power of your name. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Elkamkana Adonai, we will praise and raise you high, El Shaddai. La 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 lichadori, la 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 lichat kala, la 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 bnei Shabbat, bnei Shabbat lekabelon, shemor vezakor. בדיבורך השמיענו אל המיוחד May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on.
Beautiful. Thank you, Elizabeth. And now for our concluding affirmation.
So, as we have connected with this tradition of letting go of the old and coming into the new, I say, behold, I make all things new. Let it be with this breath right now, that you take this conscious breath. And then I ask you to repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in all my feelings.
Life is in all my feelings.
Life is in all my activities.
Life is in all my activities.
Because this life is God.
Because this life is God.
I receive it.
I receive
I
it.
share it.
I share it.
I am it.
I am it.
And I accept it.
And I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
And accepting all these gifts, we say, yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Blessings, everybody.
We can unmute and say hello. And I'm doing
everyone.
chat box. I'm doing 3-minute miracles now into noon. I'm doing 3-minute miracles now into noon. Wow. Wow.
How does that work? No, I don't mean the echo. I mean the 3-minute miracles. People call you or
Text. If they can text me, please, in the order I received them.
oh, I see your phone number's in the chat. All right.
Yeah, but
Thank
to
you.
the
Thank you, Kathy, very much. That was beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for your flexibility
Beautiful. Yes.
and your beautiful music.
Beautiful service, everyone.
Beautiful service. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Great morning, everybody.
Hey,
Good morning.
beautiful.
Have a beautiful day. Hi, June.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great day.
Great to see you.
Hi, June.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi,
Great day.
Jen.
Great to see you.
Hi, Jude.
Hi, Mary.
Have a great day, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Patricia, where are you? Here I am. Hi.